All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, Greenwood Stock Trading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. All right, I don't know if you guys seen the Tiger Woods HBO documentary, Tiger. Part 1 is already up on HBO Max. I don't know if they released it on HBO. If you haven't got HBO Max, it is pretty freaking good. $15 a month, or you can get it for $70 for 6 months, excuse me. But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And basically, Tiger Camp, they saying this was unsolicited. They didn't want to do this documentary. They're not happy with it. But part 1 of the Tiger documentary kind of gave you a history. It kind of did like The Last Dance. The ESPN Jordan docket went back to his childhood, then it go up to certain points. And, you know, I mean, we all knew Tiger was a prodigy, but at 2 years old, to be on TV putting the ball, his father basically forced him into golf. You know, it got to the point where they even got his kindergarten teacher saying that when Tiger Woods asked her to ask his dad, can he play other sports? Basically, Tiger was forced to play golf by his father. And his father pretty much started him off from the green on out. And usually people start off from, you know, where you tee off at, you know, on out. And then he started him, Tiger, from the green on out. And Tiger was beating grown men at 2 years old in putting contests. And, you know, it wasn't just his father. His mother was also an integral part of basically his golf too. And his father just basically, a lot of his habits rubbed off on Tiger. It was at one point where they peeled his kindergarten teacher. They also pulled his first girlfriend. And basically, you know, I think he was in college when he was dating her. And one day, Tiger spent the night over there, and his family got mad. He came home and he called his father's golf buddy to smooth it out, and they made him write a letter, or somebody wrote a letter to the girlfriend saying that he couldn't see her no more, that she wasn't good for him. Her family was basically using him, and basically his first girlfriend said that that's the only place Tiger can be Tiger at. He can let his personality out and just be him. And basically his mother was just very, very, you know, hell-sent on him playing golf. You know, he had 19 years old at Stanford, still fearing his parents. You know, his father was they say a Green Beret. So the documentary, the part 1, was really about the kind of, I won't even say the rise. It really was about Tiger starting off young, got to college. He won an amateur champion tour 3 times, getting with Nike, and then basically, you know, kind of interviewing people in between it. And it was to the point where you see why Tiger liked white women. His father was married to, I think they said she was a Thai, Asian woman. Okay. So it was one point where his father had a Winnebago by the golf course they used to practice at. And I think it was a military course or the country club. I think it was a military kind of a course. And he would basically train blind women and then take them into the Winnebago, whatever you call it, and he would just do it to them, you know, have sex with them. And Tiger seeing his father cheating. I think they went to a golf tournament or a tour or a convention or something. And you know, he called his first girlfriend before they broke up, and his father would be cheating with women then. So he religiously seen his father cheating on his mother, and it really didn't sit well with him. And, you know, him and his father had a good relationship, but like any relationship, you see with Roy Jones and a lot of other, see Lonzo Ball do with his father, that they had to separate. It was to the point where he had to let his father stop handling his business, and he had to become his own man. And basically his father, you start seeing less and less of him before he died. And it was pretty much, you know, Tiger becoming his own man and Earl not being able to control Tiger every step of the way. You know, so it was like Tiger becoming his own man. And it was just so many just things that you looked and say, a kid shouldn't fear his parents. At 19, 20-something years old, at 21 years old, he feared his parents. His mother was basically saying, I will beat you down. You can't beat me. Like, you better do what I say before I beat you. And to the point that, you know, it was kind of like, Andre Agassi, I think it was, in tennis, his father forced him to play tennis. He didn't want to play tennis. You know, and pretty much golf was forced on Tiger. It was forced on him. You know, and then it showed kind of when he won the 3 amateur tournaments, first man to win 3 amateur, only man maybe at this point to win the 3 amateur championships. And then it was to the point where they was basically ready to, like, you know, turn them pro, and then got to the point where they met with Nike. And then, you know, his father, they was trying to get Tiger Woods to, you know, get with their PR team. His father said, he don't need no PR. He didn't train for this his whole life. And, you know, his father was just so dominant. It was kind of crazy kind of seeing Tiger kind of mature into his own man and push his father away so he can be that guy. You know, he was making what they say $80 million a year. You know, and then you can kind of look at it. He was 150 pounds when he came on tour, and he had an obsession with lifting weights. They said he wanted to be like a Green Beret, like his father. So he would lift these weights, and, you know, he came on tour at 150. At one point, he got to 180, and then he would change his swing. I remember Tiger religiously changing his swing. He would change his swing, and, you know, to make it perfect. So he was pretty much obsessed with with golf, and he wanted to go down to be the best ever. That's what he said his goal was. And I know a lot of people wonder, did they get to the Malaysian part where Oprah? Yeah, they kind of got to that in part 1 where he was on Oprah when he said he wasn't black. He was a Malaysian. His father, his mother was 1/4, 4/4 this, whatever. And that Tiger didn't want to be black, and how, you know, people would put on the street would put their expectations on Tiger to really be the leader of black people. You know, that's how black people is, because they don't have leaders in high power. You know what I'm saying? They don't have too many black senators or black politicians. They have local politicians. So as black people, they look at their athletes to be the leaders of their community as far as in a high risk scale. And basically Tiger said he didn't want to do it, you know. And Tiger, when he said he didn't consider himself black, then they went to, Brian Gumble, one of the Gumble brothers. They went to him and they was like, you know, I have biracial kids, and I tell people ask me, what do I call my kids? I call them black, because when they go out to society is going to deem them being black. You know, and basically, you know, a lot of people, was going back to other interviews from back in the day saying Tiger was black if you like it or not. He looked like a black guy. And, you know, and in the beginning, what's so funny about it, young Tiger considered himself black. That's so crazy about it. Young Tiger considered himself black. He embraced being black. He's, you know, look at the interviews in this part. He embraced being black, Tiger Woods. He really did. He basically said that, you know, for a black man, you know, he said, I done been kicked off of, young Tiger said, I done been kicked off of courses because of my color. And that's the truth. I mean, my father put me in golf because of Tiger Woods. I didn't want to do it, you know, because that wasn't cool. But as far as sports, but yeah, we'll have to go on courses with certain attire on. You have to go with a collar shirt on and some khaki short pants, or, you know, whatever it was. You know, especially if you was black. You see white people going to course dress however they want to. Golf was seen as a rich man game. And then you have a lot of country clubs that won't still allow minorities to come golf on their course. You got to let us golf course that won't allow, minorities on their course, especially black people. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of how Tiger Woods started to take golf from being born and really take golf and start black people having black people start playing golf. And that wasn't even the case all the time. You know, black people weren't playing golf. Like, I had, hella people playing golf that I knew before Tiger Woods, and it kind of became an urban thing. Play golf, and that's how transcendent he was. And it's kind of a shame. When he was younger, he identified with being black. When he was older, he didn't identify with being black. You know, and I don't think he wanted the pressure of being a leader or whatever. But, I mean, at the same time, part 1 was beautiful. He had its ups and downs. But towards the end, it started to go in when he married that maid. I forget what maid she was for what golfer, but when he married Elin, and basically a lot of people didn't understand why Tiger was pretty much cheating. You know, Tiger was cheating with white girls that worked at Applebee's, that worked at truck stops, and kind of when you look at this part of the documentary, you see his father was, when they was on the road doing tournaments, he was messing with white women. You know what I'm saying? And then, when they was at the little golf course they was at, his dad would take the women to the Winnebago religiously. And then one of the golf buddies that helped mold Tiger, he was doing the same thing while he was married. So, people don't believe, right from wrong. You got women saying, well, man, can't be faithful. You got to look at the upbringing. When your dad just knocking women down left and right, you know what I'm saying? What you going to do when he come up? He going to try to conquer as many women. And that's pretty much how it was for Tiger. He seen his dad's closest friend on the golf course, his dad smashing women. When they was on tour, smashing white women, blonde women. And pretty much, that's what Tiger ended up doing. And that's kind of what Earl didn't set the best example at as far as with the women. When the kids see his dad religiously cheating on his wife, on his mother, that's crazy. He said, well, Tiger knows right from wrong. That's what Tiger wanted to do. That's what Tiger was seeing. That's what he was seeing growing up. His father and his friend conquered as many women as they can. You know, but, you know, it was a great documentary, part 1. I think part 2 come on pretty like the 17th, they said. But, hey, let me know what you guys think if you did see it. If you didn't, check it out on HBO Max. I think it should be on HBO On Demand if you got HBO. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media subscription. Fastest way to reach me is Twitter and then Facebook, then Instagram. All the links there. We also got a Facebook group. Check that out. I want to make a donation. Cash App, CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well. 2 1 time for 1 time. We go.